I'll tell you what happened to me. I was up there at Bill Johnson's church in Redding, California, in Bethel one time in their pastor's conference. My wife was there, and we were having a real good time, my time to preach. So I get up there, and there are just tons of pastors, and I'm trying to preach, and all of a sudden I said just what I said then. I feel good. Then I go, bless God, that's a James Brown song. So I jump off the platform, and I run over there. I'd met a black pastor from Stockton, California. And so he was, I can tell you every kind of thread he had on. He was dressed immaculate, wonderful looking suit. So I run up to him and I say to him, get up and sing some James Brown songs. He said, what? Yeah. I said, get up and sing some James Brown song. And he said to me, I don't think I know him. I said, well, hum a few bars. So he gets up and he does, and he's pretty good. And he gets to one of the phrases where it says, and Papa's got a brand new bag. I said, that's it. Shut up. Sit down. I got the microphone, came back up to the group of pastors, and I said, God is sick and tired of the church operating out of Haggai's bag. He wants us to operate out of Papa's bag. Remember Haggai's bag? Every time they'd reach to get their money, it had a hole in it because they were busy building their kingdom and neglecting God's. And so all of a sudden I screamed to old Bill Johnson, get a bag! And Bill goes, okay. So they bring a grocery bag right there at the front of the podium. And those pastors jumped up, ran forward, and threw $28,000 in that bag. You couldn't have put a pistol on them guys and got that much money. That's the truth. Is this right, Carolyn? They gave the $28,000 to a ministry in San Francisco where they were dealing with the homeless and the destitute and the helpless there. But see, spontaneity. See, just chill out. Do it. Get a bag. Get a bag. Yeah. That's what they do it again. Yeah. Do it again. Boy, he can. He's the God of again, isn't he? I really was appreciating Rick as he talked about Brother Oral Roberts and his generosity and his manner of living and even his manner of death. I had a privilege once. I was in a room one night with Benny Hinn and Oral Roberts after a great meeting. And Oral loved Benny like a son at that time. It's really something. And I got to listen to those two gentlemen talk. It was after the service, and Oral says to Benny, that was some of the best preaching I've ever heard, and it was good, honestly. And then there was great ministry, healings, and displays of God's power. And Oral said to Benny, that was some of the greatest ministry I've ever seen. And Benny was almost taken back with this. And then Oral said something, I'll never forget it in 1,000 years. He said, but Benny, the offering was the worst I'd ever been in. All the color drained from Benny Hinn's face. And he said, well, Brother Oral, what did I do wrong? And here's what he said. You want to know? He said, you spent all the time talking about giving, but you never once talked about receiving. See, every time Jesus talked about giving, he always talked about receiving. I mean, it's a dumb farmer that sows not expecting to reap. And so that's what Rick was saying to you. Give, but give expecting to receive. And then he says, give, and it'll be given back to you. Good measure, pressed down, shaken together, and what? Running over. I like that, don't you? Well, we're in a recession, not unless you want one. I'll tell you, God is El Shaddai. I'm telling you, he wants to show himself strong on your behalf. He really does. He can turn things around just like that. Now, in the middle of this, start praising him. That's the way to get out of stuff. It really is. You want to get him on your side, start praising him. Job said, even though you slay me, yet will